Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
And I am Tayo Salam. All right, we're starting off the show with the Africa Cup of Nations, and the indomitable Lions of Cameroon are through to the round of 16 after defeating Ethiopia by 4-1 in their second game. The Lions literally roaring into the round of 16.
Now the AFCON has just started.
Yes.
6 games were scored on the second round match day.
Second round of games at the AFCON. Yes, 6 goals scored compared 6 goals in 2 games compared to the 12 and 12 that we saw in the first round of games. So this is more like it. Congratulations to Cameroon. Of course, they were led by their captain Vincent Abubakar. Also on the program this time around, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Cecilia, good news coming from their camp.
A good one coming from the Super Eagles camp this morning is the fact that Kenneth Omeru will be fit to start the game against Sudan. For Kenneth Omeru got injured in a game against Egypt and he was taken out, and there were fears that he may just be out of the competition. But then it was just a knock. But right now he's back in training. He trained with the Super Eagles yesterday evening.
Yes, that's all that really matters. Looks like Kenneth Omeru will feature against the Sudanese on Saturday, Nigeria's second group game at the AFCON. Also on the program, Cecilia.
Novak Djokovic, his visa has been cancelled.
What is this? Again, Australian government have cancelled Novak Djokovic's visa for the second time, which means he now faces deportation and might not defend his Australian Open title. Cecilia, what does he do from here now? Where does he go from here now?
According to them, they said because he's not vaccinated, so he may just pose a risk to the community.
Even after getting a medical exemption. We'll focus on this story later on. It's incredible what's coming from down under. The world #1 tennis player might not just be defending his Australian Open title. The most successful player at that competition might not be there. We'll see how it pans out, but that's going to be after we're done with the AFCON segments. Welcome back to Channel Sport Morning. It's time to dive straight into the Africa Cup of Nations, where we saw an incredible game of football yesterday between the host nation Cameroon as well as Ethiopia. Ethiopia stunning the host with a very early goal, and just when you thought that, okay, we might just have an upset on our hands, Cameroon roared back literally in that game. Fast equalizer, and they went on to score 3 more goals. Toko Ekambi, as well as Vincent Abubakar on the score sheet. In the first game of the day was Burkina Faso prevailing over Cape Verde. That was in the second game of the day. So Cecilia, that group looks like it's sorting itself out now. Cameroon, based on 2 wins out of 2, are now through to the second round of the competition. Let's talk about that game quickly.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, the Ethiopians, they looked for trouble first. Cameroonians, what we've seen in the first 2 games they played, the first game against Burkina Faso, they conceded the first goal, and then they went ahead to score 2 via penalty spot. Of course, Abubakar, the captain, ensured that happened. And in this particular game also, Ethiopians, they scored first. We're thinking, okay, after that, we expected to see more goals. Immediately, the Ethiopians scored. That's when I felt this game will obviously produce more goals. And then the captain himself started the onslaught. And before you know what was happening, it was already 4-1 for the Cameroonians. It's a great one for the host nation. You know, they've been talking about the fact that they want to host a tournament and also win for their fans to be happy. But this is the good way to start for the Cameroonians, beating Ethiopia 4-1. And if you look at their captain, I mean, he scored 4 goals in 2 games already. And the last AFCON, the highest goal scorer, Oduengale, is not here. He scored 5 goals in all. And this guy plays in Saudi Arabia.
So sometimes it's not really where you play that matters. It depends. What matters is the dog in you, the quality that you have in you. Vincent Abubakar is showing that he still got quality. He might not be in his prime anymore like he was when he was firing goals in for FC Porto all those years ago, but he's still a very decent player, as we've seen. So the host nation are through to the second round of the AFCON, and they're looking are very good now. Celebrations all over Douala, Yaoundé, Limbe, as well as Garo, as well to where the Super Eagles are based. I'm sure all of those guys will be looking forward to going back to the capital, hoping to see Cameroon in the final, perhaps against Nigeria, but we'll see about that later on. Another game that was played was between Senegal and Burkina Faso.
No, Cape Verde.
Cape Verde and Burkina Faso.
And Burkina Faso.
So Cape Verde, they tried.
Yeah,
I thought they gave it as good as they got.
Game,
but Burkina Faso just edged it by long goal. So I hope, Cecilia, that we're not back to the lonely scorelines after that one.
I hope not.
Because after the 4-1,
it's just the host nation.
They're scoring more than one.
All right, yes, I get what you're saying. In the first round, right? In the first round of the group stage, we had Cameroon scoring. In their game produced 3 goals, right? And after that, we started having 1-0 binary numbers. And then after that, then we are starting the second round also with the host nation, 4-1. And the next game was 1-0. Okay.
I said, I hope we don't
Gabon and Ghana will be in action today. Senegal and Guinea will also be in action. I hope we won't see that 1-0 scoreline, because I believe by now the question is coming in, the players are getting ready, the players are understanding each other better compared to when it just came on, and people have been talking about the weather. Like the way the Cameroonian games have been scheduled, the first game was at 5 p.m. This one also 5 p.m. later in the day. Maybe it was better. But then if you look at the teams that are playing at 8 p.m., what do you have to say about that? So the sun isn't so much. You expect them to be calmer and be able to produce goals. Hopefully 4 games today will have more goals in those games. So just take a look at the fixtures for today.
Exactly.
Yeah. So 4 games, Senegal and Guinea will be in action. You also have Malawi and Zimbabwe also in action today. All the games to look forward to: Morocco, Comoros, and Gabon and Ghana. These are the games to look forward to today. 4 games. The game between Malawi and Zimbabwe, Morocco and Comoros will be played simultaneously. That's about 5 p.m. Senegal and Guinea, another 2 p.m. match. The first game was 2 p.m., second game 2 p.m. It took Sadio Mane penalty in 97th minute for them to be able to get their first 3 points. And Gabon and Ghana. Ghana are losing to Morocco and Gabon, getting their first win. Now against
Ghana are condemned to winning that one. Can't afford to lose the second game, so it's going to be very tough for them. The other games are Senegal, Guinea. You think Senegal should have enough to get their second win of the group. They struggled in the first one, needed a very late Sadio Mane penalty to get the job done in that one. Hopefully, it can be a lot smoother for them later today against Guinea. Guinea are a very decent side as well, too, so we'll see how it pans out for Senegal later today.
I mean, the 2 times they've met, 1994 and 2006, Guinea won 2-1, Senegal won 2-1, and that was at the group stage. 3-2 in 2006, quarterfinal stage, Senegal also winning. But the funny thing about these 2 games is the fact that the Guineans scored first, and Senegal came from a go down to win 2-1 and 3-2 respectively. So there were goals, right? So hopefully we can see more goals in this one.
Yes, all eyes will be on
Naby Keita and Sadio Mane.
Yeah, those are the 2
stars to watch out
players for Senegal. Of course, Liverpool definitely missing them at the moment. Let's focus on Ghana. Ghana will be taking on Gabon in their second game. They lost painfully to Morocco in the first one. Sofiane Boufal breaking the Ghanaian heart very late in that game. They didn't play too well. Didn't create a lot of chances. As a matter of fact, I remember just one serious shot on target that Borno had to save from Ghana. Ended up losing that game, and like I said, they know they cannot afford to lose this next game against Gabon, which is going to be very tough. A lot of pressure is going to be on this guy, Andrea Ayew. Definitely to lead that Ghanaian attack. His brother as well too doesn't score a lot of goals. Today will be a good day to score at least a goal for Ghana, so they can move a step closer to qualifying for the round of 16. Let's sorry.
Okay, no, I'm saying Aubameyang maybe back. He's back. So he trained with the team after he that positive test he had. But then the captain, the coach, Patrice may not be with them because he's still in isolation. So if you have Aubameyang back, and of course you have Partey on the other side, you have Andrea Ayew, so we expect more goals also in this one.
I don't know about that. About more goals. Anyways, let's go and get the pre-match thoughts now coming from Ghanaian forward Richard. Richmond.
And we know what is in front of us, and we know what is expected of us from home, 30 million people, what they are expecting. So we being here to participate in the tournament is not just to play, but over 40 years we've not been able. So the agenda in our head in camp is to make sure we get to the final. A wrong decision can take a team home, and a right decision can take a team to the final. So all that I want to say is they should just make sure they make their decisions right, because you cannot change it when the mistake is done and the team is gone.
Welcome back to Channel Sport. This morning you got to listen to Richmond Boake speaking ahead of today's game for Ghana against Gabon, and the message is very clear. There's no room for errors whatsoever for the Black Stars of Ghana. They've got to win that game to stand a chance of going on into the second round of the AFCON. We're not through in the studio. That's because Judy Olaniran has made it somehow, finally, which is all that matters. Good morning. You're welcome to the show, Judy.
Good morning, Cecilia.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Awesome
Good to have you.
All right, then let's just move on with the show, Cecilia. Let's not waste time. Racy Pacey.
All right.
Go to tomorrow's fixtures, which is obviously going to include Nigeria's game against Sudan.
We just have 2 games on Saturday.
Yeah.
Of course, Nigeria is one of those teams that will be in action. Nigeria, Sudan, the first game, and the second, Guinea-Bissau and Egypt, the second game. And for Sunday, you have a lot of games for Sunday. But before that, of course, the focus will obviously be on the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And the media officer, Babafemi Raji, will be joining us from Garoua in Cameroon to give us updates of what is going on. But before that, I mean, Jide, this is the first time of you coming after the Super Eagles fantastic victory, over the Egyptians, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I mean, the good news is Kenneth Omeru partnered Trustekong. I mean, he was brilliant.
There was a scare at some points because of the fact that
now he's back in training, so
possibility,
of course, he's fit to face Sudan tomorrow if the coach pick him, because he trained with the team. So having Kenneth Omeru back, Chigozie wants him, he's still out, I mean, he's still inside. So the story is different in isolation, is it COVID or not, but there's no official statement concerning that. But the thing is, Sudan and Nigeria on Saturday.
I think Nigeria started very well, fantastic, because you know that build up to, there were a lot of stories before the championship actually kick-started. And I think the coach as well as the players knew that they were condemned to win their first game. That's how to build momentum. If we had lost that game, the pressure would have mounted. You know, it would be very, very unbearable. But good that they won their first game. They're building the momentum. One thing about this team is that if they continue in this direction, I don't think that there will be a need to press the panic button when any player is not playing. You know, there is something winning does to, when you win, victory does to the mentality of a team. You know, if, for example, if Merwa can make the next game, the next person that will definitely be partnering through will definitely want to, because the competition will get competitive. For everybody. They want to, everybody wants to play. So I think good. Sudan will definitely come out. We've seen what they did in their game against was a Guinea-Bissau too, and they want to confront the Super Eagles, because this is the Super Eagles now is the team to beat in that squad. They will come out, and we've seen what the so-called Sudan is not a minnow when you talk about African football, because of what exactly. So they've seen what the top underdogs have done to big teams in this championship.
Zimbabwe, for
exactly, more of them. They've seen what they've done. So that is where they draw their. Exactly, it's not going to be an easy game. I just don't want to feel that like people. I don't want to. I want to, like I said, temper my expectation a bit, be moderate about my expectation, because and I wanted to remind you, I told you that for every team that made it to this championship, they are coming. Africa is different. They are coming with an intention. They are coming to shot. They can shot.
All right.
Okay, guys. Let's get to back to that first game against Egypt, where Augustine Gonvoin has been reflecting on how he managed to get the boys to defeat the Pharaohs. And when we come back, the Super Eagles media officer is going to be joining us from Garoua.
with determination and communication as well, respect for one another, respect for opponents, and approaching every game with all seriousness and playing every game like a cup final. It's still the same personnel, but I think what we did was brought the boys together and asked them the formation they are comfortable with, because we want to be flexible. I wanted to change, but they said, listen, this is what we've been used to for the past few years. So, okay, I took it and then went to work on it, so I improved them on that formation. Well, I just made them feel at home, because I told them to see me as their father, their brother, their friend. And then even the backroom staff, I don't see them as assistant coaches. I see them as colleagues. You know, backroom staff up to nutritionists and the medical team, I see them as my own colleagues. So I told them to feel very free, but don't overstep your bounds. And we respect one another. So that atmosphere, that oneness, that love, that confidence among ourselves, I think is really helping us. That's a difficult question to answer. You know, like I told you earlier on, we want to approach every game like a cup final. So we'll see where we end up.
That's the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, taking it one game at a time. They played 6 more games for the Super Eagles to lift the trophy. All right, Baba Femi Raji joins us now from Garoua in Cameroon to give us updates of what's happening in camp. Femi, good morning. It's good to have you join us.
Yeah, good morning, Sisi. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. So how is Cameroon and how are the Super Eagles getting ready for the game against Sudan tomorrow?
Oh, Cameroon is fine. We're just wrapping up breakfast at this point in time. We have the official pre-match conference at 11:30, and afterwards we will have the coach Augustine Eguavon and Moses Simon in attendance for that press conference, and then afterwards lunch, and then we start for the official pre-match training at the VSTS annex of the Agia Stadium. That's at 4:30. We train officially for 4:30 till around 5:30. The boys are good. No injury worries, no knocks at all. We're maintaining our level of confidence, even as modest as we are. There was no elaborate celebration after the win against Egypt, because we know that was just 1/7, and we still have 6 more to go. The second is by tomorrow. We want to play. We've been training hard, a lot of tactical sessions. We want to win tomorrow and win well. And after tomorrow, we think of the next game.
Interesting. I love that confidence. Now, on Chigozie Awazim, we haven't really heard much about him. I've watched most of the training sessions you've sent to us. We haven't seen him. What's the current situation? Kenneth Emero, of course, I saw him. He's back in training.
Yeah, Kenneth is back after the knock. He was assessed by the fixtures the day after, and then he's back full in training. For Awazim, just a bit under the weather, not a bit, and that's just it. So, it's just good to manage the system, manage the body, and not just rush into things. Otherwise, once he's good to go. Before you know it, you will see him back in training really well.
Okay, interesting. It's good to note that. All in all, outside Chigozie Awazim, how is the situation like? Do we have any injury worries? Anything to look forward to in the game against Sudan? Anything we have to be worried about?
No injury worries at all. No injury worries. All the boys are firing on all cylinders. You need to experience our training sessions. I think if there's anything good for this for the team, it's the hunger, the zeal, the desire, the strong will to achieve that, which is to win the first AFCON title for Nigeria. We want to bring joy early in the year to Nigerians by winning the AFCON. And that's why the boys remain focused. And we're taking it just one game at a time, one step at a time. And that's why the next task is against Sudan tomorrow. Our strategies are being perfected and tailored to make sure we get that win tomorrow.
All right, all the best to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And of course, to you, Femi Raji. Thank you so much for joining us again this morning.
You're welcome, Cecilia.
All right, we need to go on a break. When we'll come back, of course, we'll be looking at Maduka Okoye. You just listen to him, and then we'll sign out the AFCON segment.
Yeah, first of all, I'm looking forward for 3 points. And then a clean sheet is always good. It's always a good sign of good defending and compact team. So yeah, it would be good. From behind, I saw a very good team from us, from the Super Eagles, and I think we performed great, collective, and yeah, we need to stick on this level, and then I'm sure that we can beat everybody. We set a high bar, so we need to stick to that, and we have to keep on our minds that this was now the first game, but we have 6 more to go, so we need to stay focused and work hard.
Stay focused and working hard. That's what we get the Super Eagles of Nigeria the trophy, because according to Maduka Okoye, they can beat any team. All right. Let's take a look at Sunday's fixture before we end the AFCON segment. Gambia and Mali will be in action on Sunday. You also have Côte d'Ivoire and Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone team, from what they've done so far, is a team that is really hard to beat. Tunisia and Mauritania will also be in action. They have Algeria and Equatorial Guinea. These are the games to look forward to. Equatorial Guinea, Algeria, Tunisia and Mauritania, Côte d'Ivoire and Sierra Leone, Gambia and Mali. Jide, before we end this AFCON segment, quickly, which of the game you're looking forward to this weekend in the second round of the group games?
I think Gambia-Mali is going to be a very interesting one. So we've seen how Gambia came on a debut, making their debut. One of the 2 things I've spotted in this championship, Kelechi making his debut and scoring on his debut too. Gambia also making their debut and winning, and that shows that they are sending a signal so that they are not here to play against Mali. That also have 3 points. They will be battling to see who picks another 3, or maybe share the spoils. Who knows? And I'm worried also for Côte d'Ivoire. Started very well. Another one, Sierra Leone, true spanner in the works of Algeria in the first game, and I felt that a lot of people were expecting, they weren't expecting it, playing against the defending champion, even though the North African
chances,
by now, I want to believe that this second, most of them would have settled down now, especially for those who are complaining about the heat, the weather and all those things. I think they would have settled down, but you can't take it away from the fact that some of these so-called minions are here to make a statement, exactly, and that's why you're seeing those binary goals. They are not coming at plenty. They are just coming 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So
Tunisia, Mauritania, quickly.
Tunisia, Mauritania. Well, I'm not too comfortable with Mauritania not winning their first game. They might have to regret it, because Tunisia will come like a wounded lion this time around. So this is not a good time to play against Tunisia for them.
Especially what happened against Mali.
Same for Equatorial Guinea.
For Equatorial Guinea, Algeria too. Because they've been on a high. I think that was just a reality check on them, the first game. That's for Algeria. But this time, I want to believe they would have gotten their acts together and be ready to go all out against
We'll see. Fingers crossed. So that's it for our AFCON segment. You can always join us again on Monday for more action and reaction from that tournament. You're welcome back. It's time to talk about the Nigeria Professional Football League Match Day 6. Exciting weekend for football across the country. We've got the fixtures for you. We're going to do a little preview of them before we move on the show. There's Abia Warriors taking on Heartland. Akwa United, Castina United will be in action as well. Same. Rangers versus MFM. There's also Gombe United and Enyimba, while Kano Pillars will host Niger Tornadoes. Nassau United will take on Lobby Stars, while Plateau United will face the Kada. There's also Rivers United versus Kwara United. Shooting Stars will take on Sunshine Stars in what looks like an exciting game in prospect. Battle of the Stars will be seeing who's going to be shining brighter over this weekend. And last but not the least, the unbeaten side, the surprise team of the season so far, Remo Stars, they're all the way in Bauchi to take on Wiki Torres. So we'll see how they navigate that particular that particular situation. Jide, let's quickly focus on a couple of games. The Battle of the Stars between Shooting and
Sunshine. There is Abia Warriors, the Rental, the Derby. Southeastern Derby or Derby to Abia Warriors. Heartland, I asked a question sometimes. How is Heartland doing it? They're not really putting out some woeful result. For a team that plays on hungry stomach, I don't really know how they were really doing it. But what we must give it to them. They've been trying to keep their head high and trying to get fantastic results to justify that they needed to be paid, really. And I'm looking forward. Abia Warriors has not been really even to fantastic this season. They are struggling, I would say. But let's see what they are able to do by hosting Heartland. Yes, talking about the Southwestern Derby, that's Shooting Stars against Sunshine. Shooting Stars came back, but they are not, the noise that surrounded Shooting Stars seems to be simmering, sort of, because we are not seeing the results in terms of what they are doing.
Yeah, it was always going to be a difficult, tricky return to the top.
Same can't be said of Remo.
They won just one game.
Remo Stars up there. They also a newcomer.
That's football for you. That's football for you.
So I think it's high time they started picking points. Yeah. This is an opportunity for them. Against Sunshine, they should pick that point, and so that they can gradually cement their place, because nobody would like to see, especially for their fans, massive following. They have seen them go back to where they come from. It's not going to be
That's not going to be good, and that would be quite a shame, because we saw this game, this home game, I'm
against Katsina
on Monday night, a Monday evening game.
People watch. You look at it, these are the kind of teams we want to see in the Premiership. People will come with a lot of following and all that, to have glamour to read.
Exactly.
They need to stay up, guys. So you could hear what they say.
With the goal.
And the only game they won this season.
5 points.
5.5
games. Awesome.
So poor.
1 point a game.
They need to so poor. So like I said, if there's no excuse for them not to pick this one. Really, the stars that the fans are there, the fans factor are there to count for them, and the support is also in terms of motivation. They are getting it, unlike what you used to see about them in the past. They got quality, at least some quality players.
Sunshine Stars are above them. After 4 games, Sunshine Stars have 5 points from 4 games. They have a game in hand. Yeah. Like Shooting Stars who played all 5 games and they have
let's see which of the stars would deem.
All right. Which of the stars would deem, right? Is it the Shooting or the Sunshine?
All right, guys. That's it for the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's quickly move on to the Premier League. No. Before the Premier League, let's talk about the little matter of Arsenal and Liverpool. What a game it was yesterday. Ended up being an anticlimax. Liverpool had a chance to go on and win this game. Granit Xhaka getting sent off in the first half, and you thought, okay, Liverpool
as usual
will go ahead and
5
score.
Games, 5 reds since he joined Arsenal.
Well, Xhaka, right? But it wasn't meant to be. Bukayo Saka had a glorious chance. I missed it. Minamino has also had a glorious chance. I missed it for Liverpool. So at the end of the first leg of the semi-final, it's goalless. As also play for in the second leg.
At the Emirates.
Actually, someone wants to win the second leg.
Yeah, so of course they're going to penalties.
There must be a winner eventually. But I think I agree. What happened is that, when they met in the league, what happened? It was completely disastrous for us.
Different ball game.
Different ball. So I think they've learned the lesson. They were ready for Liverpool yesterday, playing against with great character, ending the game with 10 men. Well, man, that's.
It was so early, 24th minute. That was when Xhaka collected his card.
For you to have held Liverpool for 75, about 75 minutes.
They have Firmino, they had Jota who can score at any time. They're all present.
People might be complaining about the fact that it's just maybe Mane and Salah that are not in the squad. 2 players. Keita, it's not a regular player, but that's not an excuse for me. I feel that they had the opportunity playing a 10-man squad for 75 minutes, and you can score. I think that's not an excuse.
Now, Arsenal missing Pepe, right? They're missing Pepe and Partey. So, it's all balanced. All right.
But they came to the party. That's right. Party or no party, but they came to the party yesterday.
Yeah, that's what they did. All right. The English Premier League, all right, quickly fixtures for this weekend. Brighton and Crystal Palace will be in action. Manchester City and Chelsea. Burnley and Leicester City. You have Newcastle United and Watford. Norwich City and Everton will also be in action. Wolves and Southampton, Aston Villa, Manchester United. Liverpool and Brentford, West Ham, Leeds and Tottenham and Arsenal.
Wow,
another London
two massive
derby.
games over the weekend.
So quickly, Tottenham, Arsenal,
Chelsea City.
Chelsea City.
Manchester City, Chelsea. I think this is
Chelsea
Chelsea
have to win. Yeah,
because the battle for the Premiership is on. That's where the eyes of everyone will be, is to see whether Manchester City will drop the points so that they can close up. Chelsea can close up. Chelsea as well as Liverpool can take the advantage to close up. The way Manchester City is playing right now, you're always doubtful to predict that they will drop points. But until the game is played, you never know the dynamics that might be changing. But for Chelsea, I think they've got they're gradually getting their momentum back. And so let's see if some of the likes of Lukaku will be up to it, and there will be. But for me, if I'm to call it, it might end up in a draw, really, because
a draw will also benefit
but
City.
the Chelsea, exactly, but I just don't want to
do much for Chelsea.
I don't want to raise expectations of people who are expected. But I feel that for Chelsea, they need 3 points, but the way
it's a draw, right? I said it already. It's
a City.
So,
for
Tottenham, Arsenal.
That's Conte. It's going to be the battle from the bench, really, because it's going to be the tactical genius of these two managers. I've seen Arteta with some very astute kind of management that you wouldn't believe in some of the games that have been played this season. And of course, Tottenham.
On the back of losing out in the semi-finals of the Cup.
Since Conte came, they've been playing well in the Premiership, really. Although they had some outstanding, they're getting back, and they look more disciplined now. They just don't concede anyhow. So that is where I'm cautious about. They might want to, the catch, and you see the normal Conte style, soak pressure. Get you on the counter. I hope that Arsenal is not careless. I hope they will be ready for that. If they are not,
hopefully they can.
They'll have themselves to blame.
Okay.
All right.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, Jide, thank you so much for coming on the program this morning.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, guys. Always.
See you soon again.
All right, we'll go on a very short break, and of course, we'll be back with the Creative Championship. There's still so much more to talk about on sport this morning. All right, welcome back. And we have Olajide Akinyelu in the studio right now. He's the director of the Creative Championship. He's starting this weekend, and that's why he's here. He needs to tell us what to expect from the league. Jide, good morning. It's good to have you.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's great to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you guys, too.
Last time I was talking about Bagada FC, right?
Yeah. Now I was wearing another hat. Interesting. All right, let's quickly talk about okay, so these are the fixtures for the Creative Championship, the league version of it, because the cup has been on, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's take a look first of all at the fixtures before I'll come back to you, tell us what this edition is all about. Bagada FC will be taking on Atlantic Business. There's also Valiance versus Beyond Limits. That used to be the former Remo Stars, right, on the 19th.
Yes.
All right, there's also Emi Dino is also in action as well, too. Dino SC, there's also versus Diners, as well as Broad City versus Imperial. So, Jide, over to you. Obviously, your club is going to be involved in this as well, too. But let's get a general overview of the second edition of the Creative Championship. What is different? Well, what is new?
The first edition, we had 8 teams playing at the third tier, coming together to form this. But for this second edition, we've expanded from 8 to 10. And for this second edition, we're trying to, do better than what we did at the first season. And every weekend, there'll be exciting games for fans and family to go to.
Interesting. So where's the venue for these games? Has it changed from last year?
Well, for this season, the center at Lagos is Legacy Pitch National Stadium, Surulere. We have 5 teams based in Lagos. Right. And for the Ogun centers, we have 2, Ijebu-Ode Center and the Remo Star Stadium. So for Lagos, there'll be a couple of games every Sunday all through for the next 5 months here about.
Nice.
Interesting. I mean, each time we look at the Creative Championship, we'll try to, we understand, the rationale behind it. The nationwide league, you hardly... I don't know if there's still a league. It's hard to hear about them. I don't know. If the league starts, how are you going to manage between playing in the league and also playing the Creative Championships?
That's quite easy because all the members of a Creative Championship, we're all total clubs, also playing at the NLO. Yeah. And the agreement is once the NLO kicks off, we plan to put the league on hold. And we go for NLO games. And when we're done with an NLO games, we resume the TCC. The whole idea is to have 10 months of serious football. Prior to now, maybe 2 seasons ago, we're always busy for just 3 months out of a year playing just 10 league games and NLO. But with what we've done now, we'll be busy for almost 10 months. So that's the whole idea about it.
Yeah. Interesting is like the Creative Championship League now is literally taking the place of the NLO, because if NLO cannot have up to 4 or 5 months of football, that's really not good enough.
Well, the Creative Championship is just something to, beef up what we're doing. Yeah, supplement, what we're doing at NLO. And if you look at it from the last season, our clubs at TCC did well because we were already in action before NLO started. And one of our clubs got promoted, Ijebu United. Remo United did well up until the last day. They almost got the ticket at their own center. Bagada also did well at the Kenneth Center. So this is like preparation for the third tier league in a way.
Okay, that makes sense. So there's no... it's a win-win situation, really.
Definitely for the clubs, for everyone involved.
In this Creative Championship. Interesting. And last time we had, before the cup started, we had one of the players in the studio, the goalkeeper, name beats me now, tall guy.
Richard Ubong of Ubong FC.
Yeah. And he talked about how I was looking forward to, using the Creative Championship as an avenue, as a platform for him to move on to the next level, that is play professional football abroad. Do you get to see a lot of this kind of mentality from your players?
The results are coming in already. If you the current season, the Remo Stars at the MPFL, about 4 to 5 of the players that played the U19 last season, the TCC last season, have been promoted to the senior team. We also had the player from Ijebu United got transferred from Ijebu United to a club in South Africa. So there has been movement. Also for Bagada, our main striker, Peter Edema, is on loan at the Premier League club, Asvo in Benin Republic. So this particular league is in a way given the players, numbers of games, stats. When you compare a player playing the third tier abroad, you know, at the end of the season, you can see a striker on the paper, 15 goals, but he must have played close to 50 games. So when you come back here, our own striker must score 4 goals, and you know it's just 10 games. Yeah. So now what this has done for us is this season we'll be playing close to 26, 27 games at the TCC, and your players can have, you know, reasonable stats to help market them. Wow. Because the bottom line of clubs at the third tier is about, you know, marketing players. You know, the business aspect is still on board. It's still our focus. Right.
Wow, so many benefits of the Creative Championship. I wish Ghana FC and all of the teams all the very best in the second edition of the Creative Championship. Hopefully we'll get you in the course of the season back in the studio.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We need to go on a break now. We'll come back. We're going to be focusing and giving you updates on the Novak Djokovic saga. In case you missed it, the Australian government have cancelled his visa again. Join us again. Welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. Breaking news from down under. World number 1 Novak Djokovic is facing deportation after the Australian government revoked his visa for a second time. Cecilia, this is shocking news. Not so shocking to some people, though, but I still find it very surprising that the immigration minister, Alex Hawke, has decided to use his powers to revoke Djokovic's visa for a second time. And what that means now is there's a very good chance that he will not be defending his title.
And the only way he can, according to them,
legal challenge.
Another legal challenge again. That's the only option and the only hope of him playing at the Grand Slam.
Wow.
Now, if you're looking at what happened, was it on January 6th? His visa was revoked and he was placed in a detention, immigration quarantine, whatever, in a hotel where the family, loud protests across everywhere. And now, what they're saying is the visa was cancelled based on health and good other grounds. Yeah. That's the basis it was cancelled. According to him, for the interest of the public. That's what Alex is saying this morning. They're talking about the immigration minister. Now, there's a statement concerning that, Tayo.
Let's just get our statement out of the way. This is Alex Hawke talking. He says, today I exercise my power under Section 133C3 of the Migration Act to cancel the visa held by Mr. Novak Djokovic on health and good other grounds, on the basis that it was in the public interest to do so. In making this decision, I carefully considered information provided to me by the Department of Home Affairs, the Australian Border Force, and Mr. Djokovic himself. The Morrison government is firmly committed to protecting Australia's borders, particularly in relation to the COVID-19 pandemic. Alex Hawke, Australia's immigration minister. Cecilia, man, this whole thing is just an absolute mess.
The Australian Open is starting on Monday, and Djokovic is number 1 seed.
And is in the draw already.
In the draw already.
Yeah. Wow.
So let's see, will he play or not? Later today, we'll find out. This is a developing story. We'll find out if Djokovic will challenge this again. We're not sure what's going to take place later today. But the news is that Novak Djokovic's visa has been cancelled again by the Australian government.
It's incredible, Cecilia. I don't know what to say again, so we'll just leave it for now. We'll come back to it on Monday. We'll see whether Djokovic will be getting on that court, you know, to defend his title. Let's take a look at the NBA before we look at the papers. Quickly, results of games played this morning. Just the 5 games are for you. We're done with Djokovic. We're going to the NBA now. 5 games played. The biggest matchup was between the Warriors and the Bucks, and you can see it was the Bucks that prevailed very convincingly in that game. That was our feature match, so we'll come back to it. There were also wins for the Grizzlies, 11 in a row now. They've won, led by Ja Morant and Desmond Bane. The Pelicans were also victorious. It was against the Clippers, rather.
What's happening with the LA teams?
All the Nets were absolutely destroyed by the OKC Thunder. The Thunder struck them badly. They were playing without KD, and Kyrie who still cannot play in New York because of vaccine mandates. Last but not the least, the Nuggets defeated the Blazers 140-108. Cecilia, quickly, the Bucks and the Warriors. The Bucks were simply too good for the Warriors. They absolutely thumped them. There's a 19-point difference in that game between the Bucks and the Warriors.
And the reason for that is so easy. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
30 points,
that's the
triple-double game. That's the man. 12 rebounds and 11 assists. That's the third triple-double he's having this season, 28 of his career. And that alone was just enough because the other players didn't really need to step up so much. Giannis was the guy who did a whole lot. Okay, we're at top performance at 30, 12, and 11. That's what he gave to, that's what he put on the night. Now, Steph Curry was restricted to just how many points, Tayo?
Yeah, it was
12. Awful. 12 points. Andrew Wiggins also 16 points. Now you know why they lost the game.
Now you know why they lost the game.
And of course, the returning Klay Thompson added 11 points. Draymond Green is still missing sideline with that calf injury, so maybe that's the reason he's the spine of the team to complete the Splash Brothers. So it's like when he's not playing, it's hard for
he's always a big miss.
It's a big miss
for the Warriors when Draymond is not playing. Anyways, let's get the post-game thoughts now coming from the two star players of the teams. I'm talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo as well as Steph Curry.
I think we did a great job, especially Wes and whoever guarded me did a great job just showing bodies, being active, showing hands, just making it tough as possible for him. Behind that, we were all active because we knew that he's going to throw the ball to the big man, to the guy that's going to roll. And the play doesn't stop there. It starts actually there because whenever he throws it back, he tries to get it back. And we just trying to be as active as possible. We knew that he's going to try to shoot the ball. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to try to find his teammates. And he's one of the best players in the league in the last 10 years. So in a guy like that, you cannot just be one person. You got to be the whole team. Being active, showing hands, having the mindset of multiple efforts that we have to chase tonight. He's going to pass the ball. He's going to get it right back. He might not get it, and he's going to be dribble handoff with Klay, or he's going to be dribble handoff with Wiggins. So we got to be all locked in and know that we got to be on our heels, on our toes tonight and chase.
We obviously have stuff to work on, but it's not like a situation where we don't know what to do and how to get it done. Milwaukee's they're a good team, obviously, the championship DNA now, and they present some challenges in terms of, putting pressure on the interior and spacing for, with their shooting. And we just got off to a terrible start where everything went wrong on both ends of the floor. The way that they guarded us, we created some pretty good looks, just didn't make any early. They took that momentum and, played a little hungrier than we did tonight, to start the game, and then pretty much won it in the first, 18 minutes. So we have to obviously start games better.
Got to start better, especially when you're playing against the defending champs with a Greek freak in the lineup. Let's take a look at the papers.
All right, I'll start with the Sporting Live right here. Sporting Live, Chukwueze told to sit up.
Yeah.
All right, he will be waiting to replace him. Opt for 1/2 outing each. When your position is being threatened, you don't have a choice. Just sit up. Coach is excited with Omeru's display after training on Thursday.
Good news.
Nice one. Onuachu wins the Belgian Golden Shoe Award.
Got his award
We're
finally.
so missing him.
Yeah.
And AFCON. All right, host Cameroon run right to round of 16, and expect more goals. Cohesion from Super Eagles, as according to Awoniyi. Egwavon won Super Eagles. Shift focus to Sudan. Of course, that's what they're doing. True second confidence of good outing.
Nice. All right, let's go to complete sports now. Agali, they are talking. They say Sudan will not be a walkover for the Super Eagles. I think we all know that as well.
Yes.
And Wakali as well too. I owe Eagles and Egwavon my best. He gets to feature against Sudan. Definitely, you have to show that you merit that inclusion in the team. I want the kid to open AFCON account. Against Sudan would be a very perfect situation to do just that. Super Eagles don't scare us. That's according to the goalkeeper of Sudan, Abdullah. We'll find out about that tomorrow. Cecilia What else?
Okay, Libby, let's go to Sporting Sun. Sporting Sun is the final one this morning. Moses Simon says, Sudan will fall. That's a Sporting Sun. Egavon reveals secrets behind Eagles formation. We're still on Sporting Sun. Complete sport is over.
Yeah.
Amunike downplays Super Eagles AFCON chances.
Really?
And Yobo says Nigeria, Sudan have similar playing style. And the last one from Sporting Sun here is Super Eagles not carried away by victory over Egypt. That's according to Olaino. And Okoye says, it will be physical battle against Sudan. That's still on Sporting Sun, not Complete Sport. We moved on from Complete Sport.
Come on.
And of course, the final one we'll be taking from here is Tunisia wants AFCON match with Mali replayed. Come on, take a look.
No, that's not going to happen because that result has now been ratified by CAF. They lost 1-0. They've got to bounce back in their second game. That's Tunisia, the Carthage Eagles. That's it for the show. Thank you guys for watching. Wishing you all have a fantastic weekend. I am Tayo Salam.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Enjoy your weekend.